Again, I am Dr. Jason Tu. I am your COA president. For the last time, I'll be saying that. Proud to say that. I want to take you back to last year when I gave you the speech in recognition that you have adopted me as your new president. I went over a little bit about where I'm from, being an immigrant and a refugee, and the sacrifices my parents went through to get me to all of us to where we are today. And I went a little bit about where I've been, going to UCI, graduated from SCCO, and where I've worked and the people who brought me along the way, the Don Pewitts of the world, the Doug Osborne, the great Harway Marsden. These are the people whose shoulders I'm standing on to serve. And so that was what we went over I went over with you last year, just kind of sharing where I'm from. And then I went on to share a little bit about what I planned on doing in my year. And I'm going to share a little bit about what I talked to you last year, word for word. And it's kind of interesting as I looked over this. I share with you how I want to reshape and reorganize COA to be more nimble, more responsive, and more attractive to California ODs. We need to be more nimble to pivot to changing demographics. I talked about how our wants may change from day to day, our needs may change from year to year, our priorities may change from decade to decade, our values may even change from generation to generation. But different doesn't mean wrong, it's just different, right? We need to be responsive to the needs, wants, priorities, and values. We need to be better, and we need to be more attractive as an association to California optometrists. And this means change, right? And I talked about that last year. And I talked about how change is hard. And I talked about how change takes time. And I even said that if we're successful, none of us will be around when these changes fully come to fruition. Well, change came, and it came really quickly. And COA needed to reposition itself. So I left HOD last year with these grand plans that I had thought might take years to accomplish. Well, I was wrong. We were all wrong. As the pandemic took shape, we reorganized. We recognized that bold action needed to be taken. We approached this challenge strategically, and in an effort to protect the association, we made decisions early on. And this is some of the things that we did. We dug into all COA expenses and made significant reductions. We reduced personnel and ensured that we had high-octane, innovative staff in place that could fulfill the needs of our members in a crisis. While perhaps unpopular or misunderstood at first, these decisions resulted in COA having a financial surplus at the end of 2020. You'll hear more about this later. We knew our members would likely be financially pressed too, so we cut dues for 2 months to alleviate some of the financial pressures. Over 30 ODs in California joined COA and remain a member to this day as a result. We knew ODs needed COA more than ever before. To meet this need, we had to challenge the status quo, become agile overnight. Never had anything like this been attempted. Everything would take place in a virtual space, just like today. We held multiple webinars to provide information from experts, with hundreds of COA members participating. We created new member benefits that appeal to where membership was, which was where most of you are right now, at home. We created CE by COA, which is by far the most utilized COA member benefit that COA has ever had. We created this to ensure our members received CE and provided it for free. Close to 600 COA members participated in every single one of those. We created one of the most premier COVID resource websites in the country, with hundreds of thousands of page views to this day. We invested in technology and saw a huge return in member engagement. 1/3 of our members participate in every virtual event COA has hosted. That's incredible. Now, moving on to the future. We know that technology is continuing to be on the forefront, and we need to be on the forefront of automation and AI, and that'll be crucial to attracting the key demographics. We know more change is needed, and COA is not done. We need to continue to modernize the association, creating a nimble association with agile governance structures that will allow COA to attract new members and retain the ones that we have. We know we need to continue to flatten organizational structure so we can make decisions and compete in a marketplace that expects and demands immediacy. The next generation of members have different needs and expectations. And I know that we can meet these needs and expectations. This board, this staff has stood on the shoulders of leaders before us. We are here now to be the leaders of this current generation. And I am very confident, our board is unanimous in our confidence in your next president, Dr. Ida Chung. She's going to take this organization to a whole nother level. I have no doubts at all. We will be standing on her shoulders next. And we are, like I did last year, I'm going to do it again this year. We're going to be reaching out to you guys for the next wave of leaders. So if you get the call from any one of us to participate, to volunteer, to lead something, be ready to answer the call, because eventually we're going to be standing on your shoulders. That's what we're here for, to lead and then make way for the next wave of leaders. I'm so proud to have served this organization. I'm very proud of this organization. I am proud of the staff and the board that you have and what they've done this past year. None of this is possible without this board and without the staff. I love you guys. I don't want to get emotional on this screen. So I'm going to sign off and hand it back over to Raj.